Emerson Royal, who's partnering Ben Davies in the heart of the Spurs back line this evening. Emerson Royal brings it forward and lays it off to Skip, who opts to give Emerson Royal the ball back. Now a chance for Oliver Skip once again. Ball is fired out to the right now, and an opportunity for Kulusevski. Delivers it into the area, half cleared by the Burnley centre-back Dara O'Shea. And now Tottenham come forward down the left-hand side, and there is shouts for an early penalty. Tottenham recover the ball as another opportunity. This time it's Brennan Johnson who took a tumble inside the area, but the referee is not interested and immediately waves it away. Now a chance for Burnley on the counter-attack. Wilson Odobert down the left inside the Tottenham half. Out to the left to Charlie Taylor. First cross into the area. Evades Downey, and then it's eventually fired over the crossbar. In the end, it was Downey, the player, Anas Zahiri, I should say, who fired it over from around 25 yards. The referee is just momentarily pausing play just to double check that incident for a potential spot kick for Spurs. A challenge by Anas Zahiri. And the check is now complete, so no penalty, a goal kick to Tottenham, which Vicario will take. It's played short onto Ben Davies. Now Davies plays it out to his fellow teammate Udogie, the left fullback this evening for Spurs, who has been a standout performer for Ange Postecoglou's side so far this campaign. Ball is given away straight to the Clarets midway inside the Tottenham half. On the edge of the area now, and an opportunity for Burnley to fire the ball in from the right, but it's great defended in the end by Udogie, and it goes out for a goal kick. Spurs quickly get it on with things. 4 minutes gone, Tottenham 0, Burnley 0 in this FA Cup third round tie. Muric has to get back quickly and gathers the ball in his grasp and quickly throws it out to Charlie Taylor. Now Taylor plays the ball forward, looking to pick out Lyle Foster, who eventually found his way in on goal, but in doing so he bundled over Ben Davies, and Tottenham get themselves a free kick. Now Bentancur replays it on to Ben Davies. He plays it out to the left this time to Brennan Johnson. Now Davies all the way back to Vicario, who can have a bit of a breather, the Spurs goalkeeper, and decides to fire long, and it's a fabulous control by Brennan Johnson from the left of the 18-yard box, and he's done well, Johnson. What is side a corner? Great opportunity now for Spurs, their first corner of the clash, and will be delivered from the left-hand side. First real opportunity at a set piece. From the right it will be delivered, and it will be Pedro Porro to take it. Porro delivers. It's a deep one, and it's a very poor one in the end, and goes out for a goal kick. But first opportunity for Spurs inside the opening 5 minutes. Of course, the home side without several names this evening. James Maddison, of course, and Alfie Whiteman, the goalkeeper, 24-year-old goalkeeper, who would have probably been given the nod this evening. He's nursing an ankle injury, with Manuel Solomon and Ivan Perisic both with knee problems. So plenty of changes in the Tottenham side as the ball goes out on the left for a Burnley throw-in inside the Tottenham half. Throw-in is taken by Taylor, and it's nicely flicked on. Great opportunity from the edge of the area, and the shot is fired in. Easily dealt with by Vicario in the Spurs goal. It was the first real opportunity in sight for Wilson Odobert, around 20 yards out centrally. And Vicario got down well to palm it away, but it will be a throw-in to Burnley from the right-hand side. Vitinho to throw it in. Ball is delivered long into the Spurs 18-yard box. Now back out to Vitinho down the right-hand side. Cullen in the centre onto Wilson Odobert, and this time it's all the way back to Muric in the Burnley goal, who has had to play second fiddle this campaign behind James Trafford, who is the regular number 1 in the Burnley side. And now the ball is with Tottenham, and it's floated forward by Bentancur. Lovely touch now on the left-hand side by Brandon Johnson. Johnson cuts inside. A nice ball into Richarlison, who can't deal with it, takes a heavy touch, and then Giovanni Lo Celso commits a foul, and it will be a free kick to Burnley from just outside the Clarets 18-yard box. 8 minutes gone, Tottenham 0, Burnley 0. Ange Postecoglou, the Aussie in charge of Spurs, in the dugout, watches on, and he'll be hoping this season to get his hands on a first domestic cup competition with his new side. Did in fact win the Japanese league during his time in Asia, and will be hoping to get himself some silverware in his first season at Spurs, as the home side bring the ball out with Ben Davies from the left-hand side. Now he floats it out to Emerson Royale, his centre-back partner. On to Bentancur, back to Emerson Royale, the Brazilian at the heart of the Spurs back line. Now inside the Burnley half. Played forward, Richarlison inside the area. Richarlison goes for goal, wide and out for a goal kick. First real opportunity for Spurs. The ball was played through into the path of the Brazilian, and he raced and latched onto it inside of the 18-yard box and fires a left-footed shot wide of the Burnley left-hand post. But Ange Postecoglou knows that was a great opportunity. But the score remains goalless between these two sides. Now headed down by Richarlison. Nice ball played forward onto Brennan Johnson now. Johnson on the left of the Burnley 18-yard box. Cuts inside. Johnson goes for goal. Great save in the end by Muric. Tottenham continuing to ask questions and pose a threat of that Burnley goal, but that was a splendid stop by the Kosovoan Muric in the Burnley goal. Now Emerson Royale, he plays it out to Pedro Porro. Emerson Royale this time back to Ben Davies, and an opportunity for Pedro Porro to bring it forward. Now Ben Davies has it. Floats it out to the left-hand side this time, onto Richarlison. Richarlison brings it infield and delivers it inside the area, and then eventually it's cleared away. But Burnley struggling to get out of their half as things stand, as Tottenham continue to apply the pressure in these early stages. Now Emerson Royale played centrally inside the centre circle to Ben Davies. Now Davies all the way back to the Brazilian, who plays it out to the right hand side. Pedro Porro has an opportunity for a cross. He looks up, and now it comes all the way back to Porro once again. Now Emerson Royale floats it out to the right hand side. Porro back to Royale, and now on to Ben Davies. Davies plays it out to the left to Brennan Johnson, just short of the 18-yard box, the Burnley 18-yard box. But again, Burnley standing firm. Johnson plays the ball forward into the path of Richarlison. Now an opportunity for Udogie to cross. Shouts for handball, nothing given. Now Burnley clear the ball away. Anywhere will do momentarily for the Clarets as they look to try and prevent these waves of a Tottenham attack. Emerson Royale now on to Pedro Porro, floats the ball forward looking to pick out Richarlison, and the ball runs through to Muric in the Burnley goal. And a few chances so far for Burnley and Ange Postecoglou's side. It still remains goalless in North London. 12 minutes gone between Tottenham and Burnley, this FA Cup third round. Now Bentancur brings it forward over the halfway line, offloads it to Brennan Johnson, who runs forward and then looks to play in Dejan Kulusevski, and the ball runs out for a throw into Burnley down their right hand side. Vitinha to take it. The Brazilian right back in the Burnley ranks, who's highly rated and one of several recruits in the summer, as the ball is thrown in and given straight back to Tottenham inside the Burnley half. Now it's with Emerson Royale, who plays it forward onto Bentancur. Now it's with Ben Davies, midway inside the Burnley half, out to the left to Brennan Johnson. Now he lays it on to Udogie, who looks to pick out a cross. Not dealt with by Burnley. Tottenham have it just on the edge of the Burnley. Kulusevski inside the area. Kulusevski lighted an effort up. Still not away. And then a header is floated in by Brennan Johnson straight into the opening quarter of an hour for Tottenham. Seeing plenty of the ball in these opening exchanges, as Burnley bring it forward, and it's given away. And now a chance for Richarlison inside the area, and he fluffs his lines, the Brazilian. He could have done better with it, but Muric manages to claim and prevent it from finding the back of the Burnley net. But another good opportunity for Tottenham and Richarlison. But again, Burnley stand firm, and it remains goalless. Ball is floated forward by Muric, and he was trying to pick out Wilson Odobert. Instead, the ball was run through to Vicario. Now on to Ben Davies, played out to the right hand side to Emerson Royale, the former Barcelona defender who joined the club during the Antonio Conte days. Now Tottenham come forward down the left, midway inside the Burnley half. Brennan Johnson cuts inside the 18-yard box and fizzes a ball across, but it's well held by Muric, who quickly throws the ball out and looks to start a Burnley attack. Now Anas Zahauri, played forward this time by Lyle Forster. Only give the ball away, and it's picked up by Emerson Royale. And now Spurs looking to find a way out this time. Ball is picked up inside the Spurs half, and this time it's with the Argentinian, that is Gio Lo Celso, and all the way back to Ben Davies. And of course it's Tottenham who look the brightest so far. The home side come forward down the right hand side. Now centrally inside the centre circle. Spurs have the ball with Lo Celso, this time in the Burnley half. 2 backs of 4 for Burnley, as they continue to stay resolute. Now, an opportunity for Johnson. He plays the ball infield this time. Bentancur onto Udogie, and Udogie wins the ball inside the area, plays it on to Lo Celso, and he fires over from around 8 yards out inside the area. But that was another good opportunity for the home side. A left-footed effort by the 27-year-old Argentinian, and it's not troubling Muric in the Burnley goal. But again, positive play by Brennan Johnson, and to pick out Lo Celso, and goal kick has been taken by Muric, the Kosovoan international, as the ball is played forward by Pedro Porro, and it runs through back to the Burnley goalkeeper. And of course, Dejan Kulusevski has returned following his 1-match ban, having accumulated 5 yellow cards. As Muric plays the ball forward and looks to get Burnley on their way, and instead it runs through to Vicario, the Tottenham goalkeeper, and plays it out to the experienced Wales international Ben Davies. Now Vicario onto Emerson Royal. Bentancur plays it back to Royal. 18 minutes gone. Tottenham 0, Burnley 0. This time the ball is played out to the left-hand side and picked up by Brennan Johnson. Played forward by Udogie, who loses out and is dispossessed. This time the ball is played all the way back by the Burnley defender Doro Shea to his goalkeeper Muric, who is happy to play the ball downfield. But Tottenham win themselves a free kick midway inside the Burnley half, rather centrally. Quickly taken and picked up now by Bentancur, chips it forward. And an opportunity, but a free kick has been awarded for a foul by Kulusevski. And a free kick to Burnley inside their area, which Muric will take. Both these sides last met in September, Tottenham winning 5-2 in the Premier League encounter at Turf Moor. And what they would do to replicate that this evening. The ball goes out on the far side. Instead it has been kept in, and this time play has been stopped for a free kick to Tottenham. So an opportunity for Spurs from the right-hand side. Quickly taken. Now Emerson Royal. On to Ben Davies. Davies back to Emerson Royal, his centre-back partner. And now Davies can look to play it down the left, and he's done just that. Picked out Johnson, and Spurs managed to regather the ball, and this time a free kick has been awarded over the halfway line from the left to Spurs, and a yellow card has been shown to the Burnley skipper this evening, Josh Cullen, for a needless foul. So a free kick for a foul on Lo Celso. Josh Cullen, who was in fact signed by Vincent Kompany from his former club Anderlecht, drafted him into Burnley and has in fact become a fan favourite at Turf Moor. The 24-year-old in the heart of the Burnley midfield. So Free kick to Tottenham, and the referee just having a word or two with Bentancur in the centre of the field. And the VAR were just checking to make sure that wasn't deemed a reckless challenge. And play can now resume. So the free kick has been taken by Bentancur. Now it's Emerson Royal onto Ben Davies. Floated forward by Destiny and Doggy, who plays the ball all the way back. Now Vicario has it, the Spurs goalkeeper, out of his area. And he plays the ball looking to pick out Brennan Johnson down the left. But instead it goes out for a Burnley throw-in from their right-hand side. An opportunity now for Vitinho at the long throw. Instead he plays it short and then puts his left foot through it and kind of got his ball forward all wrong, but it's recovered well by Cullen and now played all the way back by Anis Zahuri, all the way to Muric, who plays it out rather dangerously, the Burnley goalkeeper, and in doing so he's gifted Tottenham a second corner of the match. Burnley living dangerously at the back, and goalkeeper Muric, who apologises to his teammates, but will be a corner to Tottenham from the right hand side. Pedro Porro to take it. All bodies back in there for Burnley. Porro takes the Spain international inside the area, and it's a wasteful one straight into the gloves of Muric. The Burnley goalkeeper quickly throws the ball out. Now this is Charlie Taylor, the experienced left back in the Burnley ranks, played back by Cullen. On to Charlie Taylor once again. He's looking to deceive Dejan Kulusevski, and it's won back by Spurs midway inside the Burnley half. Now it's with Emerson Royal inside the 18, inside the centre circle with Ben Davies, all the way back to Emerson Royal, who plays it over the halfway, and then the ball goes out for a throw-in to Spurs down their right-hand side. Dejan Kulusevski takes it, flicked forward by Richarlison, and then the ball runs through to the goalkeeper Jeanette Muric. The former Manchester City goalkeeper, who came through the ranks and this time throws the ball out, and he's gifted straight to Richarlison, and then his ball forward was looking to pick out Dejan Kulusevski, who fouls Josh Cullen this time, but Muric once again gifting Spurs another opportunity. The Burnley goalkeeper, sometimes it's not always about playing the ball out from the back, but taking the traditional old route of a fire downfield, and then you don't need to worry about the rest. Meanwhile, it's a throw-in to Burnley, and Vincent Kompany is just advising his team to remain calm and play their usual game, as the throw-in is taken by the fullback Vitinho. Played down, and now an opportunity for Cullen, and he plays the ball forward inside the area. This is Odobert inside the 18-yard box, all the way back to Charlie Taylor. He picks out a cross, Taylor's ball in, not dealt with by Spurs. On the edge of the area this time, it's poked away at the last-ditch attempt by Richarlison, and out for a Burnley throw-in, but it's better from the Clarets, who are starting to find their feet in this FA Cup third-round clash. Ball is played forward by Kulusevski inside the area. Kulusevski lighted an effort up, still not away, and then a header is played forward down the Burnley left by Charlie Taylor onto Wilson Odobert, centrally to Josh Cullen. Now the Clarets come forward. It's played into the area. Is it offside? It's over the crossbar. It's a great opportunity by Amdouni. Zeki Amdouni had the chance to give Burnley the lead. He was onside, in fact, the Moroccan, and he broke clear into the 18-yard box and just had the goalkeeper Vicario to beat. And he lashes the ball over from around 7 yards out. That was a tremendous opportunity for the Clarets to take the lead. Now the ball is inside the Burnley half, chested down by Destiny Udogie, who picks it up on the left, and now it's in field to Leandro Bentancur. Played forward by Ben Davies, but the ball is given straight back to Burnley and the skipper Cullen. Now Spurs have it again, and now they look to come on the counter-attack. Lo Celso plays the ball back inside the Tottenham half, and Emerson Royale plays it out down the right. 27 minutes gone. Tottenham 0, Burnley 0. The ball is cannoned off a Tottenham body in the end and goes out for a Burnley goal kick. But Burnley starting to find themselves inside this 28 minutes so far, as the ball is played downfield by Muric and picked up by the South African Lyle Foster. Now played all the way back by Wilson Odobert. Now Ramsey onto Charlie Taylor and Josh Cullen. Now Dara O'Shea, the Republic of Ireland international, floats it out to the right hand side onto Vitinho, the Brazilian fullback in the Burnley ranks. Now Tottenham win the ball back, and play has been brought back for a foul on Giovanni Lo Celso. Free kick quickly taken. Bentancur. Now it's played out onto Emerson Royale, and now Ben Davies plays it forward, but he gives the ball away. Now Burnley look to bring it out and come forward. An opportunity down the Burnley right, which is a wasteful one. It was in fact Anas Zahari who gave the ball away, and it's a throw-in to Tottenham down their left-hand side. Lo Celso just feeling the effects of that challenge. Tottenham, of course, with Mickey van der Ven on the bench this evening, having previously suffered that horrendous hamstring injury. The Netherlands centre-back who was brought in from Wolfsburg in the summer. As Tottenham bring it forward over inside the Burnley half, floated out to the right-hand side onto Dejan Kulusevski. Now it's back down the right-hand side, floats it in, and it's not dealt with, and Brennan Johnson can't latch onto it, and it goes out for a goal kick to Burnley. And another good opportunity for Spurs. Muric plays the ball out, and half an hour gone, and it still remains goalless between these two sides. Now Ben Davies plays the ball all the way back to Vicario in the Spurs goal. The Italian this time out to Pedro Porro down the right hand side. Throw in to Tottenham, which Pedro Porro will take. The Spain international right back, 24 years of age, and did struggle in his first season at Spurs, but has been somewhat rejuvenated under Ange Postecoglou since the Australian took the Tottenham reins in North London. And now Burnley look to bring it forward, and it's dealt with by Spurs, who have it with Udogie, and the Italian plays it forward, and the ball goes out for a throw into Spurs, which is quickly taken down their left. Now Ben Davies all the way back to his goalkeeper Vicario, onto Emerson Royal, who can bring it forward over the halfway line onto Dejan Kulusevski. Pedro Porro has it. Now Giovanni Lo Celso centrally for Spurs inside the Burnley half. He plays it forward, and this time the ball is cleared away by Dara O'Shea, but given straight back to Tottenham and Emerson Royal. Now played forward by Lo Celso. Pedro Porro onto Kulusevski on the edge of the area. His loose ball is recovered, and now Emerson Royal played it forward. In fact, it was Udogie who played the ball forward, and Tottenham player did go down. It was Lo Celso who took a tumble just short of the area, but nothing given, and a throw into Spurs down their left hand side midway inside the Burnley half. Quickly taken onto Bentancur. Now Bentancur inside the centre circle to Emerson Royal, who plays the ball all the way back to his goalkeeper Vicario. Now Ben Davies. 12 minutes of normal time left to play. Tottenham 0, Burnley 0. Now the Clarets look to play the ball out from the back, and they've done just that. Picked up by Vitinho, then given away this time by Lyle Foster. Now Emerson Royal has it inside the Spurs half. Played onto the left hand side and onto Rodrigo Bentancur. And now Tottenham have it down their left from the left of the 18-yard Burnley 18-yard box, and this time it's cleared away by Burnley, and again Tottenham managed to win it back. Ben Davies now on to, it's in fact Bentancur who plays it out down the right hand side. Now in field, and Spurs come forward. Johnson look to play in Udogie, and instead of having an effort on goal, he tried to play in his teammate, and the ball runs out for a Burnley goal kick, but no real clear opportunities so far between either teams. Both teams have in fact had chances, but both not able to conjure any up so far, as Muric takes the goal kick, and the ball is headed down by Josh Cullen, picked up by Bentancur. Now Kulusevski looks to play the ball forward into the path of Richarlison, but he can't find the Brazilian, and the ball is all the way back with the Burnley goalkeeper Muric, who plays it out onto Vitinho, the Brazilian right back. It's with Vitinho, who does well to dispossess Brennan Johnson and Richarlison, and is brought down by his fellow countryman and wins his side a free kick. Dara O'Shea to take it. In fact, he will leave it to goalkeeper Muric, as the ball is played forward by the Burnley goalkeeper out to the left hand side. Throw in to the Clarets from the left, midway inside the Spurs half. Now picked up by Charlie Taylor, and this time he dwells on it, and Tottenham get the decision and the throw in. 36 minutes gone, Tottenham 0, Burnley 0. Ball is played out by Kulusevski, and it will be another throw-in down the right-hand side to Tottenham as Vincent Kompany continues to bark instructions to his players from the dugout. Throw in to Burnley on the halfway line from the left hand side, which is taken by Charlie Taylor. Thrown in and headed down this time by Anas Zaroury, and Tottenham bring it forward and picked up by Aaron Ramsey. Now an opportunity for the Clarets down their left-hand side, but it's won back by Emerson Royale, and Vicario had to scurry out of his goal to clear his lines. Now the ball is all the way back to Muric inside the Burnley 18-yard box, and he plays it out to Cullen. Now the Clarets looking for a way out, but Charlie Taylor battling with Dejan Kulusevski. Now it's all the way back to Muric, who chips the ball centrally, and this time it's a free kick to Burnley. A foul in the centre by Rodrigo Bentancur, and it was Anas Zaroury who took a tumble, the Moroccan attacking midfielder, who gets back to his feet rather gingerly, and opportunity now for Burnley to deliver the ball midway inside the Tottenham half, and it's fair to say it was a rather wasteful one by Muric, who kicks the ball straight out for a Tottenham throw-in down the Spurs right-hand side. Quickly taken, and the ball is now with Richarlison over the halfway line inside the Burnley half down the right, and the ball goes out for a Spurs throw-in further up inside the Burnley half down the right hand side. Opportunity for Pedro Porro, who throws the ball in quickly to Rodrigo Bentancur, and it's picked up by Emerson Royale and then played all the way back to Ben Davies in the centre circle for Spurs. Davies this time on to Royale, who opts to go all the way back to his goalkeeper, and Vicario plays the ball forward, and Brennan Johnson goes down under a challenge, but he's told to get back to his feet, and then the ball is given away straight to Brennan Johnson from the left hand side, now inside the Burnley 18-yard box, and he wins his side a corner from the right-hand side. Last touch off Dara O'Shea, the Burnley defender at the back there. So an opportunity for Tottenham now from the right-hand side. And again, it will be Pedro Porro to take it. Porro does deliver it into the area, and it's headed away, doesn't beat the first man, and then it's picked up now by Lo Celso, and Vicario gives the ball straight back to Lo Celso, who can bring it forward and fires it out down the Spurs right hand side. He's picked out Dejan Kulusevski, who plays it all the way back this time to Emerson Royale. 4 minutes of normal time left to play at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And it's Spurs 0, Burnley 0. Now the Burnley goalkeeper Muric has it. And now an opportunity for him to play the ball out, and this time decides to go long. A free kick to Tottenham, who are keen to get on with things as the free kick is taken centrally inside the Burnley half. Now it's Udogie on to Ben Davies, all the way back to Emerson Royale. Royale this time plays it out to Brennan Johnson. Now Emerson Royale, played out by Vicario onto Rodrigo Bentancur. Bentancur skippering Spurs this evening, the talismanic Uruguayan in the central of midfield. Now Lo Celso, back to Bentancur, onto Emerson Royale. One of several South Americans in the Spurs ranks this evening. Now a chance for Burnley to start a rare attack, but the ball is won back by Destiny Udogie, the Spurs fullback, who goes down under a challenge from Vitinho and wins his side a free kick. And again an opportunity for Spurs to deliver inside the Burnley mix from the free kick, and a chance for Postecoglou's side to find a goal late on in this first half. Looks as though it will be Pedro Porro to take it, who pulls up his socks over his knees and then raises his left arm in the air, and Porro delivers, and again it's too near to Muric and straight into the Burnley goalkeeper's clutches. Muric this time throws the ball out onto Hannes Delcroix and then played forward by Charlie Taylor, but Burnley win it inside their half and are awarded a free kick. A foul on Josh Cullen by Lo Celso, and now it's quickly taken. Charlie Taylor out to the left hand side. Now Burnley have it centrally midway inside the Spurs half, and a shot is fired over, and it would certainly take some beating to beat Vicario from that range, and as Sakari from around 25 yards out, not troubling the Italian in the Spurs goal. Now Burnley come forward again, though. The ball is given away and gifted straight back to the Clarets, and while Foster goes down, nothing given, and now Spurs look to counter. Ball is inside the centre circle, and Spurs wanted to get on with things, and play has now resumed. We're about to see how many minutes will be added at the end of this first half. Richarlison has it, plays it out to the right to Kulusevski, cuts the ball across inside the Burnley 18-yard box, but it's dealt with by the Clarets. 1 minute of additional time. Ball is given away straight back to Tottenham and picked up by Emerson Royale. We have played 25 seconds of the minute that was added. Tottenham 0, Burnley 0. Now Bentancur over the halfway line onto Ben Davies. Now opportunity for Brennan Johnson. Johnson all the way back to Davis, and then he decides to play it all the way back to Vicario. Now Emerson Royale. Royale this time onto Bentancur, who plays it forward. Again picks out Brennan Johnson. Johnson on the left hand side and runs into traffic, and the referee blows for half time. And at half time in North London at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium between Spurs and Burnley, it is goalless in the FA Cup third round. Welcome back to this FA Cup third round tie between Tottenham and Burnley in North London at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It is of course goalless going into the second 45 minutes. Neither of these sides able to make the breakthrough in the first half. Richarlison going close a number of times for Tottenham, and Burnley have had a couple of opportunities themselves to take the lead, and a little bit more composure could be said, and the Clarets could be in the lead, but it is 0-0, and neither of these sides will of course want a replay, but it remains to be seen whether there will be a winner tonight. Burnley emerge back out onto the field of play, and Richarlison is standing over the ball as the referee looks to get the second half underway. Spurs kicking from left to right. Burnley, though, are making a change at the start of this second half. And it is in fact Lyle Foster, the player to leave the field, the South African striker, and on comes his replacement. But the kickoff has resumed, and we are back underway, and Kulusevski plays the ball all the way back, this time to Emerson Royal, and now it's all the way out to Ben Davies, and back by Destiny Udogie all the way to Vicario. Vicario this time plays the ball out to Emerson Royal, and it's helped on by Kulusevski. Now an opportunity for Oliver Skipp. Skipp now plays the ball on, and an opportunity for Pedro Porro to find a cross, and he just wants the crowd to make themselves heard. Lo Celso now all the way back out to down the Tottenham right to Pedro Porro. In field now to Lo Celso. Ben Davies all the way back to Emerson Royal. Now Royal this time plays the ball on to and back to the goalkeeper, that is Vicario, and he was looking to pick out Udogie, and Burnley now win the ball back and come forward. Josh Cullen, and his ball out to the right is penalised for a offside, and Spurs now counter inside the Burnley half. It's with Brennan Johnson down the left, pulled rather centrally into the 18-yard box onto Richarlison, and it's dealt with by the Clarets at the back, and now they're looking for a way out, but Wilson Odobert is dispossessed. Richarlison goes down inside the area. Kulusevski, and then his attempted cross from the right-hand side deflects off a Burnley body and out for a corner. Quickly taken from the right. Now Kulusevski. Kulusevski drags the ball across. This time, ball is played in, and it's beaten away by Muric. A shot was actually fired in from the edge of the area by Giovanni Lo Celso, but it was easily dealt with in the end by the Burnley goalkeeper Muric, and the scores remain 0-0. But a bright start to the second half by Tottenham. Have continued where they left off in the first 45 minutes, but Burnley have made it difficult for Postecoglou's side to make the breakthrough, and the ball is played up in the air, and it's now with Burnley. You play it midway inside the Spurs half, and Ben Davies brings it down and plays it on to Rodrigo Bentancur, but it will be a throw into Tottenham down their left-hand side. Doggy takes it. Now infield to Bentancur, who plays it on to Emerson Royale. Royale's got space. Now out to the right-hand side to Kulusevski. His left-footed pass is looking for Richarlison. Picked up by the Brazilian and then given away by Richarlison, who was in fact in an offside position. So free kick to Burnley. Now the Clarets come forward over the halfway line. Ball is floated out to the left-hand side onto Wilson Odobert. Odobert skips past his opposing player, that is Pedro Porro. And now Spurs come forward with Kulusevski down the Tottenham right-hand side. He's got Oliver Skip alongside him. Kulusevski cuts infield. Now Richarlison. Richarlison this time looks to pick out Kulusevski again. Kulusevski on the edge of the area. Kulusevski goes for goal and it's wide. But another opportunity for Spurs, and that magical left foot of Dejan Kulusevski, the Swedish international's effort, fires wide of that right-hand post and out for a Burnley goal kick. But again, Spurs continuing to pose questions of that Burnley goal as Muric takes the goal kick. Now the ball is played down and helped forward by Rodrigo Bentancur. Held up now by Richarlison onto Dejan Kulusevski. Kulusevski down the Spurs right inside the area. Kulusevski's attempted effort takes a deflection off two bodies, and then Muric gathers and quickly throws out. Now Josh Cullen. He lays the ball off this time to the Brazilian Vitinho. Vitinho infield, and he's managed to pick out Cullen again. Now Wilson Odobert down the Burnley left. He's up against Pedro Porro. Plays it back. Cullen goes for goal. And it's from 22 yards out and drifts wide of that right-hand post of Vicario's goal. Not troubling the Italian in goal for Tottenham. And a free kick this time to Burnley. And a foul committed by Giovanni Lo Celso. So free kick to Burnley and an opportunity from their right-hand side. Right of the Tottenham 18-yard box, around 24 yards out. It will be Anis Zaroury to take it, the Moroccan from the right. All bodies back in there for Spurs as the ball is played into the mix, and out comes Vicario to claim. Now the Italian rolls the ball out straight to Emerson Royale, who brings it forward over the halfway line and on to Kulusevski down the Spurs right. The Swedish international twists, turns and then decides to play it all the way back to Oliver Skip. Helped on though this time by Rodrigo Bentancur. Now Emerson Royale offloads it onto Giovanni Lo Celso. Now Pedro Porro claims it. Out to Kulusevski from the right-hand side of the Burnley 18-yard box. Infield to Porro, who plays it across. Dealt with at the back though by Burnley. Now a shot is fired in the end by Rodrigo Bentancur, the Spurs skipper this evening, and it's over the crossbar and out for a Burnley goal kick. 52 minutes gone, Tottenham 0, Burnley 0, but again, Tottenham applying all the pressure inside these opening 7 minutes of the second half. Ball is played all the way downfield and headed back this time by Emerson Royale. Now it's with Pedro Porro, who fires it downfield this time, and it's watched on by the Burnley centre-back Dara O'Shea. And now helped on by Charlie Taylor, but it's better play by the Clarets, who bring it forward. Now Wilson Odobert chasing it down. Good defending though by Spurs to win the ball back, and the throw-in has gone to Burnley. Will be a Burnley throw-in down their left-hand side, just over the halfway line. Charlie Taylor takes it. Now on to Hannes Lacroix. Charlie Taylor gets it back and brings it forward over the halfway line. Wilson Odobert can't gather, and now Spurs look to bring it forward. The ball's broke. It looked to be breaking towards Richarlison, and it's dealt with by Muric, who fires it downfield. Now Pedro Porro, who's done well to dispossess Wilson Odobert. Porro infield this time. Ball is on to Benton Kerr from the edge of the Burnley 18-yard box. Still with it's Lo Celso. Now Emerson Royale inside the area. Shot is fired in by Brennan Johnson and straight into the gloves of Muric. But again, Burnley staying resolute as they continue to weather this Spurs storm. Postecoglou watches on from the sidelines as he must be scratching his head, the Aussie, as to be wondering how his side are not in the lead. Spurs have it with Emerson Royale. Now on to Ben Davies. The experienced 32-year-old plays it back to Emerson Royale. Now nice play. Pedro Porro down the Spurs right. Looks for a cross, and it's dealt with rather easily by Charlie Taylor. Now Kulusevski from the right of the Burnley 18-yard box. Kulusevski lining an effort up, and then he gives the ball away. Ben Davies. Now on to Emerson Royale. On to Udogie, who plays it forward and picked up by Brennan Johnson. Now Richarlison. He gives the ball away once again. It's not the first time the Brazilian has given the ball away. But again, it's won back by Spurs. Emerson Royale. Now played out down the right-hand side onto Pedro Porro. He's got a chance for a cross. Porro delivers. Chance for Johnson, and he rather snatched at it from the left-hand side of inside the 18-yard box. The former Nottingham Forest attacking midfielder is left-footed. Effort drifts wide of Muric's left-hand post and goes out for a goal kick. But again, Spurs with an opportunity inside the Burnley 18-yard box. Now the ball is floated forward by Emerson Royale, dealt with by Hannes Delacroix. Burnley come forward again this time. Now an opportunity for Josh Cullen centrally. Wilson Odobert, and the flag is up on the far side, and it will be a free kick to Tottenham. But of course, Burnley have shown glimpses of what they can do when they're on the attack. And Spurs get the game underway, and the free kick is quickly taken. Lo Celso. Now on to Emerson Royale. Pedro Porro. Porro now back to Emerson Royale. Ben Davies has it this time. Brings it forward. Now on to Richarlison. And a free kick has been awarded to Burnley. A foul this time by the Brazilian, and a free kick to the Clarets just short of the halfway line, rather centrally. Spurs readying a change, and Brian Hill, the Barcelona-born forward, will be about to make an entrance. Burnley themselves also making a substitution, and Connor Roberts has come on for the Clarets, the experienced fullback. And Brian Hill is now entered the fray, and Giovanni Lo Celso makes way for Hill. So play continues. Burnley look to bring it forward, and Oliver Skipp wanted a free kick, but Charlie Taylor has it down the left, the Burnley left. Taylor plays the ball against Skipp and out for a throw in. Wilson Odeberg was the player to make way. It was in fact Josh Brownhill, the player who came onto the field of play, not Connor Roberts. Burnley play the ball forward, and it's headed out of play by Pedro Porro, and for a throw in to the Clarets, quickly taken. This time it's played out to Vitinho, down the Burnley right hand side, picked up by Brownhill, the Warrington-born midfielder who came through the ranks at Preston North End. Played forward by Murridge, no offside as yet. Play continues, picked up by Brownhill in the centre circle, and a free kick this time to Burnley. A foul by Oliver Skipp on Anas Zaroury. So another opportunity for the Clarets to pump the ball forward into the Tottenham danger area. Half an hour to play, and it's Tottenham 0, Burnley 0 in this FA Cup third round tie. Now Burnley come forward down the left-hand side. Ball is fizzed in rather erratically in the end by Anas Zaroury, and it evades everybody and goes out for a Spurs goal kick. A wasteful one, to say the least, by the Morocco international. So a goal kick to Spurs, which will be taken by Vicario. Plays it short now to Emerson Royale. Now Pedro Porro. He plays it forward, and now it's picked up by Zaroury. Josh Cullen on to Josh Brownhill this time, and then Josh Cullen can't keep it in, and it goes out for what will be a Spurs throw-in down their left-hand side, just short of the corner flag. Now Pedro Porro all the way back this time to Emerson Royale, and it was a rather poor ball by the Spain international, and it goes out for a throw into Burnley deep inside the Spurs half down the Burnley left. Now Charlie Taylor picks it up and gives it to Josh Cullen. Now on to Hannes Delacroix, the centre-back, alongside Dara O'Shea in the Burnley ranks this evening. Back to Delacroix. Now picked up by Jakob Brun Larsen, the Dane in the Burnley ranks on loan from Hoffenheim. Now Emerson Royale goes down under a challenge, and it will be a free kick to Spurs inside their half, with Brun Larsen the offender this time. Tottenham get the game back underway. Postecoglou's side will remain optimistic they can break down this Burnley resolute back line, and they bring it forward down the Spurs left. Richarlison is in fact onside. Brian Hill this time. Now on to Ben Davies. Floated out to the left to Dejan Kulusevski. Now back to Ben Davies. Emerson Royale, he looks to bring it forward. This time down the right hand side to Pedro Porro. Porro all the way back to Emerson Royale. The Brazilian offloads it back to Pedro Porro, and it's dealt with at the back by Dara O'Shea. But again, it's recovered by Tottenham, who bring it forward down their right. Pedro Porro in the centre towards Brennan Johnson, and it goes out for a Burnley goal kick. Tottenham have in fact won 5 of the 7 previous FA Cup meetings between these two sides, and they did in fact win 4-2 at home back in 2014-15. Meanwhile, Charlie Taylor is down receiving some treatment, and of course tomorrow Sunderland against Newcastle, the Tyne and Wear derby, which you can listen to live on Flash Score. I will be providing you with the audio commentary of what is expected to be a tantalising clash between those two North East rivals. Meanwhile, it remains 0-0 between Tottenham and Burnley, and Charlie Taylor is receiving treatment and is making his way off the field of play momentarily. It remains to be seen whether the experienced Burnley fullback can continue. The ball was in fact played across by Pedro Porro, and Taylor did in fact fall awkwardly and injured his shoulder as he went down, and Burnley themselves are about to make 2 more changes. We're about to see Amin Al-Dakhalil, who is a 21-year-old centre-back, and he was signed from Saint-Trudaine in Belgium. The Iraqi-born defender. And there will also be an opportunity for Mike Trezor, who is spending the campaign on loan from Genk, the 24-year-old attacking midfielder. So those changes now can take place. Well, were about to take place until Muric opted to quickly take the goal kick. So those changes will happen rather imminently, but play meanwhile continues, and Ben Davies has it for Spurs. He plays it down the left-hand side, played forward now by Brian Hill inside the area. Ball is fizzed across, saved by Muric. Great opportunity for Spurs. The ball was played across by Destiny Udogie from the left-hand side, and it was hit well by Brennan Johnson, and Muric got down well to prevent it from finding the back of the Burnley goal, and that's the closest so far, and the best opportunity that Spurs have had in the game and in the second half. But Tottenham continuing to come forward in search of that opening goal. Now Emerson Royale onto Pedro Porro. Burnley again waiting to make those changes. Ball is played forward looking to pick out Richarlison. Instead, it's dealt with at the back by Burnley and Hannes Delacroix. Helped forward by Rodrigo Bentancur, and then out comes Muric to clear his line. So those changes now can take place. There will in fact be 3 changes for Burnley in a moment, and as mentioned, Mike Trezor, the attacking midfielder, and Amin Al-Dakhalil will enter the field of play, but there will also be a third player to give him the chance of what is 14 minutes left to play. I'm going to see Nathan Redmond as well enter the fray for the remaining 14 minutes, wearing the number 15 shirt, the former Birmingham City youth graduate who is 29 years of age now, former Norwich City, Southampton, and he did make 25 appearances for Besiktas in the Turkish Super League last season before joining Burnley in the summer. So on comes Nathan Redmond as Burnley look to try and make the breakthrough at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So throw in to Spurs, which is quickly taken down their right hand side on the halfway line. Played all the way back by Pedro Porro and helped forward by Ben Davies. Now the space for Brian Hill. Hill down the Spurs left hand side. Now the ball is played all the way back to Vicario. Vicario out to Emerson Royale. Now Brennan Johnson all the way back to Emerson Royale. Emerson Royale has it. And he brings it forward. And now a chance for Oliver Skipp to cross from the right hand side of the Burnley 18-yard box. Spurs want a penalty, and Brennan Johnson was the player who went down. The ball was delivered in by Oliver Skipp, and it was Josh Brownhill who made the challenge, and he did in fact catch Brennan Johnson, but the VAR are just checking this challenge from Josh Brownhill on Brennan Johnson. It remains to be seen the outcome, but play can continue and it will not be a penalty, and Spurs get on with the game. So the home side come forward. Now Brennan Johnson on to Destiny Udogie. Now Brian Hill. He plays the ball all the way back this time to Ben Davies. On to Emerson Royale. Royale all the way to Rodrigo Bentancur. Now Ben Davies. He chips it out towards Kulusevski, who went down under a challenge from Muric. And again, Spurs want a penalty, but Muric stood his ground and ensured that Kulusevski was not getting to the ball. And it will be a goal kick to Burnley. 20 minutes of normal time to play in this second half, and as things stand it will be a replay at Turf Moor. But Burnley come on the attack. Now a chance and an opportunity inside the area. The ball was fired in by Mike Trezor and it came off. Pedro Porro goes out for a Burnley corner. So a corner to the Clarets from the left-hand side. Mike Trezor standing over it. Trezor to deliver from the right-hand side. The Belgian floats the ball into the area and it's once again dealt with by Vicario. Now played out on towards Udogie. Now Richarlison has room to run into over the halfway line. Still going Richarlison. Now plays it on to Udogie. Udogie this time wins a corner. It will be an opportunity now for Spurs from the set piece. Last touch of Dara O'Shea. And a chance now for the ball to be floated into the Burnley mix. Brian Hill now on to Udogie. All the way back this time to Pedro Porro. Inside the area and out comes Muric to claim. Less than 20 minutes to go and it's Tottenham 0, Burnley 0. Muric kicks the ball long and headed back and out comes Vicario to gather. Now Tottenham come forward midway inside the Burnley half and it's a lapse in concentration involving Dejan Kulusevski. and his teammate Pedro Porro. The ball goes out for a throw-in to Burnley down the left-hand side. Ball is headed on by Rodrigo Bentancur. Now Emerson Royal manages to pick the ball up. And he's battling with it alongside Jakob Brun-Larsen. And it's cleared long by Vicario. Headed up in the air by Vitinho, the Brazilian right back for Burnley. Now played back all the way by Hans Delacroix, and Muric has done well to deceive Richarlison. Burnley looking for a way out. Now Josh Cullen on to Vitinho. Vitinho twists and turns, looks to evade Brian Hill, plays the ball all the way back to Dara O'Shea, who's happy to send it forward. But that's nice play by Nathan Redmond. Still with Redmond, who plays it infield, and the ball is given away this time by Josh Cullen. Tottenham play the ball downfield, and it's to the right, inside the right-hand side of the Burnley 18-yard box, and the last touch off Brennan Johnson, and it goes out for a Burnley throw-in down their left-hand side, just short of the corner flag. Well, Dakil to take the throw-in. Now an opportunity for Brian Hill, who twists and turns. Brian Hill from around 20 yards out. Now on to Destiny Udogie. Udogie now plays it on to Rodrigo Bentancur. On to Emerson Royal. Royal down to the right-hand side to Pedro Porro. Porro back now to Emerson Royal. Ben Davis on to Brian Hill. Brian Hill brings it forward. Bentancur now on to Udogie. Now Emerson Royal. He plays the ball out and it's dispossessed. Burnley come forward. Quarter of an hour to play. Tottenham 0, Burnley 0. Jakob Brun-Larsen, nice play. The Clarets looking to find a way out and go on the attack, but it's dealt with by Tottenham and Rodrigo Bentancur. Now Ben Davis. Brian Hill all the way back to the Wales international Ben Davis. Now on to Emerson Royal. Royal over the halfway line, and Rodrigo Bentancur got lucky and manages to reclaim the ball. Bentancur chips it over and it runs through to Muric in the Burnley goal. Now the ball is played all the way back to Muric inside the Burnley 6-yard box, and now Dara O'Shea plays it out to Vitinho, the Brazilian right back in the Burnley ranks. Now Josh Cullen picks it up centrally inside the Burnley half. Now over the halfway line onto Mike Trezor. Trezor inside the area from the left-hand side, and he's overhit the ball and it goes out for a goal kick to Spurs. Now there will be a change for Tottenham, and Oliver Skipp will leave the field, and on comes Pierre-Emil Højbjerg, the experienced Denmark international in the Spurs ranks, who will take up Skipp's role in the middle of midfield. Now Spurs look to come forward, and a free kick to Burnley momentarily for a foul on Josh Cullen. 77 minutes gone, and it's Tottenham 0, Burnley 0. Can either of these sides make the breakthrough in the remaining 13 minutes? Josh Brownhill standing over it. Free kick to the Clarets down the left. Brownhill delivers the ball, and then it's played into the area, headed away by Brian Hill. Now Højbjerg, he plays the ball out, and Tottenham can counter. Now Dejan Kulusevski down the Tottenham right-hand side, right of the 18-yard box. Ball is played across. Richarlison has it, and it's claimed by Muric in the end. But again, and the ball is given away, and Tottenham can come forward. But shot is fired in, and it's Pedro Porro with an absolute banger for Spurs. Tottenham have lift off, and it's their Spanish fullback Pedro Porro who's got it. 78 minutes, and Tottenham do now have the breakthrough. Tottenham 1, Burnley 0. No emotion from Ange Postecoglou, but Pedro Porro has his goal, and he gives Spurs lift off. The ball was in fact thrown out by Muric, and it wasn't dealt with by Burnley, and the right-footed effort of Pedro Porro, rather centrally from around 20 yards out, fired beyond Muric in the Burnley goal to the right-hand side of the Kosovoan goalkeeper. No chance for Muric, and Spurs have a 1-goal lead on home soil in this FA Cup third round. It's Spurs 1, Burnley 0. So 11 minutes now for Tottenham to book their place in the fourth round, but can Burnley equalise and send this game to a replay? The away side come forward. Josh Cullen plays it down the Burnley right hand side. Vitinho helps it on. Now Nathan Redmond back to Vitinho down the Burnley right. He loses out, and Ben Davies can bring it forward for Spurs. Lays it off to Brian Hill. Now Rodrigo Bentancur. Brian Hill can look for a way out, and he's conceded a free kick. And a free kick to Burnley, just over the halfway line from the right hand side. Ten minutes to go. Tottenham 1, Burnley 0. Ball is centrally with Hannes Delacroix. Now played out to the right hand side onto Nathan Redmond. Redmond floats the ball in, and it's a wasteful one straight into the gloves of Vicario. Now Ben Davies. Throw in to Tottenham, which will be taken from the left hand side, and throw in will be taken by Doggy, who throws the ball in, and now it's headed down by Josh Cullen. Picked up in the centre by Spurs, and now Emerson Royale can bring it over the halfway line. Now plays it out to the right hand side onto Brennan Johnson. Johnson plays it forward onto Pedro Porro, the Spurs goal scorer. Now Emerson Royale onto Højbjerg. Plays it onto Brennan Johnson down the right hand side. Helped out to the left and played on to Brian Hill, who runs into traffic, picked up by Nathan Redmond. He manages to pick out Jakob Brun-Larsen, who's done well to evade Højbjerg, picked up now by Nathan Redmond. Dara O'Shea onto Hannes Delacroix, his centre-back partner in the Burnley back line. Delacroix brings it forward, he plays it out, and it goes out on the far side for a throw-in to Tottenham, and a wasteful one, but it was a stunning effort that by Pedro Porro, the Spaniard who had turbulent times at Tottenham following his arrival, and from Sporting Lisbon, but has since found his feet, the Spaniard. Just 24 years of age, and that goal is in fact his third for Tottenham in all competitions, having made 36 appearances. But it certainly was no stopping that stunning strike. And as things stand, Tottenham will be in the hat for the draw, which will take place on Monday evening after the clash between Wigan and Manchester United. Two changes now for Spurs, and we will see two youngsters be given the opportunity . Those changes can now take place, and it's an opportunity, as mentioned, for two talented teenagers in the Tottenham ranks. Well, Scarlett and Dorrington are enter the fray. So 4 minutes of normal time left to play, and it is Spurs who remain 1 goal to the good. But the home side come forward in search of a second. Inside the area, ball is played across, and it takes a deflection. First real opportunity for Scarlett, and it goes out for a Spurs corner. But a great opportunity for the youngster from his first touch. So a corner to Tottenham, and 4 minutes of normal time, as mentioned, left to play. We are waiting for the corner to be delivered, and it's taken short. Brian Hill had took it. Now back to the Spaniard, on to Ben Davies, who plays it centrally into the path of Emerson Royale, who chips it forward, down looking to pick out Brian Hill. And the ball goes out for a throw-in on the far side. In fact, the referee has decided it will be a free kick to Burnley. Muric fires it downfield, looking to pick out Jakob Brun-Larsen. A slip which allows the ball to be picked up by Emerson Royale. Now on to Dorrington. Now Vicario, played forward by Emerson Royale, who's given the ball away. Pedro Porro, and now Mike Tresor. The ball is played across the face of goal, and it was Josh Brownhill who had the effort, and it drifts wide of Vicario's post and out for a goal kick. But again, that was a great opportunity for Spurs. Ball was played across and it was well dealt with in the end. JB Donnelly was back there, the 19-year-old, one of the two substitutes. He was a forward by trade. Goal kick to Spurs, which will be taken by Vicario. Now Ben Davies, he plays it out downfield. Now all the way back to Vicario. He plays it out and then the ball is headed down. And all the way back this time to Muric, who will look to fire it downfield, the Burnley goalkeeper. And he's done just that, but straight to his opposing shot stopper, Vicario. We're about to find out how many minutes of additional time will be added at the end of this second half. Ball is helped forward by Jamie Donnelly, and now Spurs look to go in search of a second, but the ball is played out by Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, so throw into Burnley, which is taken. Now on to Hannes Delcroix. Muric out to his right hand side to Vitinho. Now Nathan Redmond picks it up. Back to Muric. Now Delcroix. 7 minutes of additional time left to play. Can Burnley find that all-important equaliser to force a replay? Ball has gone out. Pedro Porro takes a tumble on the far side following a foul, and coming together I should say with Mike Trezor. Free kick to Tottenham. We have played one of the 7 additional minutes signalled by the fourth official, as the ball is played downfield by Emerson Royale, and now it goes out for a throw in to the Clarets, which is quickly taken. Now Delcroix. Mike Trezor all the way back to Delcroix. Muric. Muric plays it out to Nathan Redmond. Josh Cullen goes down under a challenge and wins Burnley a free kick. Dane Scarlett this time, the player who brought down Cullen, but the ball is played downfield by Muric. Burnley win the ball and have it with Mike Trezor, and now Cullen. Nice play by the Clarets, who come forward. Vitinho crosses, and it's a wild one that goes out on the far side for a throw-in down the Spurs right, just short of the corner flag. Tottenham 1, Burnley 0. There's 5 minutes for the Clarets to save themselves. Throw in to Spurs. Pedro Porro to take it. Corner 2, Burnley. An opportunity perhaps for Muric to join his players inside the area. Muric does come forward for the corner. Mike Tresor to deliver from the right. Tresor delivers and it's headed away by the Spurs back line. Now Cullen, Brian Hill chasing it down. Josh Brownhill floats it forward and it's dealt with again by Spurs and Højbjerg. Free kick though to Tottenham and a foul on Brian Hill. Three minutes left to play. Tottenham still leading Burnley by a 0-0. That sublime strike by Pedro Porro which separates these two sides. And as things stand, Tottenham will be in the draw for the fourth round. Porro takes the throw in from the right. Won back by Emerson Royale, who plays it forward looking to pick out his teammate on the far side, Udogie, who runs the ball out of play. Now it's back to Muric. 2 minutes left to play. The goalkeeper brings it forward. Burnley have to get the ball downfield if they're to have any chance of an equaliser. No foul given and a chance now for Burnley to throw the ball in. A wasteful one and picked up by Kulusevski. It's a 3-on-3. Kulusevski plays the ball forward. An opportunity now for Spurs and then a free kick for Burnley which has been brought back, and that will surely be that. You have got 1 minute left to play of the additional time, and it's last chance saloon now for Burnley. With Muric to send this ball forward. A chance for Mike Tresor, who cuts the ball back, and that's a great opportunity inside the area. It will be a corner to Burnley, but that was their best chance so far. Corner 2, the Clarets. An opportunity and a chance now for Muric to come forward once again inside the area. It's likely to be the last opportunity now for Vincent Kompany's side if they're to equalise. Right at the death. Corner from the right hand side. It's delivered in, headed down and then flicked on. It's just wide. That was the best opportunity for Burnley in this match. The ball was played in and flicked on by goalkeeper Muric from the resulting corner. And somehow the ball could not find the back of the Spurs net. It was played across and it went out for a goal kick, and the referee now draws a close to the contest. It is in fact Tottenham who made hard work of it should be said, but have